overall, it's not your SF with Greaves, but he can go Greaves, he can go Atos. Like the hero is definitely all right. I've seen Brawl do well on Lash.
Well, let's see here. Doom banned out. That makes perfect sense to me. Doom would be great against pretty much everybody on this team.
Doom is always, almost always great versus anyone. As long as you have that Doom, you pop it on someone, he's out of the game.
I don't know. New Omni Knight versus Doom.
Oh yeah, that was sick. The Heavenly Grace, that was...
So what is Zai gonna play? Something that Secret have been liking a lot is that that's Vengeful Spirit. What kind of game does Vengeful Spirit like? Like when is the good time to pick Venge as an offlaner?
A Bat Rider game.
I'm not certain about maybe something that can frontline for them would be a little bit better this
like
time
that Necro? Is that a frontliner, or are you more thinking in the region of the Centaurs and the Tides and stuff?
I'm thinking about something like that a bit more. They can go for a Necro, but you have a lot of damage versus the Necro already.
Yeah.
Crystal Maiden Lash.
This game Bounty Hunter is not banned.
Ooh.
I know it's not a frontliner, but I do want to put that out there.
Ooh. I mean, sometimes they literally just pick up bounty hunters in drafts where they think that they're strong enough that they just
that it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, they picked him yesterday or 2 days ago? Yesterday?
It was versus Infamous 2 days ago?
2 days ago, and it worked out really well.
The monkey.
That's Tide.
Yeah, they go for something beefier, something tankier. Yeah, it makes sense because you can see these two supports, they are very squishy. They need to hide behind something, and that Tide is definitely
Tide's actually kind of crazy. I haven't seen too many pro players pulling him out recently, but man, his new buffs in the last patch, he is a hard hitter if you build him correctly.
Oh yeah,
he really is.
He will mess you up. Poor Crystal Maiden.
You can see the Monkey King ban as well. That was really good. Ursa has been banned out too. So these two heroes that are really strong versus the Tide Hunter aren't gonna be in the game. OD is also decent, but he's on their side. So not too many heroes remain for J.Storm to pick to completely dominate the Tide on the lane.
Literally, how do they kill that Tide? If they just build some decent magic resistance, he's just a big boy.
They have 15 seconds remaining, and honestly, what is the solution to this Tide Hunter on offlane? It's gonna be hard for them. Let's see. Moo is smiling. He's ready.
It's a move.
Oh, hello. Damn.
All right. Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I mean, you already have OD with Imprisonment versus Void. Chrono, you have Oracle versus Void. Chrono, you have Lion with a lot of control versus Void. I guess his lane might be alright, but overall the game looks a little bit scary for Void in my opinion.
But if he chronos all 5 of them,
I mean, he
might be able to kill one before Tidehunter ravages and kills the whole team.
No, Void is one of those heroes that you can never rule out. He gets one good chrono and he's fine. But this time around, I'm not going to go with my heart. I'm going to go with Secret.
With the head?
The head. Yeah. What about you, Slacks?
Dang, man, that Void looks like he's going to have a rough time. Sorry, cast or curse me. I'm going for Team Secret.
I'm going for Secret as well. Traditionally, though, when we all go for the same ones, we do jinx the team that we go for. But let's see if that jinx continues here in the second game of the series. Make sure you vote for your MVP while the game is going on. And for the game, we are heading over to Moxie and Gods.
All right, well, we got game number 2 coming out here, and I gotta say, I'm a little concerned about the draft coming out from J.Storm. What do you think?
As are the panel. We're gonna test just how strong that panel curse is. Because I agree, I think Secret's draft looks a bit more solid, and this last pick Void, man, this game looks tough for Moo. There's so many things to say people get Chrono, and there's also just not that much damage to put into his Chronosphere. Like, the Leshrek's pretty decent. You know, Crystal Main, if you're positioned on the right spot with a freezing field on the very edge, but even that's going to be difficult. March is playing a 5-position CM, so it's not like you have an obvious synergy for the Void plus, you know, Skywrath or whatever it may be. But we'll see how he fares. Chronosphere is this game very generally useful against heroes like Tide and Jug. You know, if you can lock down a Jug during when he's trying to Blade Fury TP away. Tide, you can't crack and shell your way out of a Chronosphere, you're just stuck in there, but you've got to be able to kill him inside the Chronosphere, which is the hard part.
Yeah, I'm worried that, you know, you can get this beautiful Chronosphere, but if you don't have the damage, and also you have to catch so many people in that big old bubble. So, you know, if you're not careful, you're going to get ravaged, you're going to get astraled, you're going to get hexed. There's just so many. Zai's having a great time, though, over here on his Tidehunter, but...
As I've learned from Slacks, that's the turtle spot. He's standing on top of the little turtle. I can't remember what Slacks calls it, but Zai making new friends in the jungle. As we will see 3 bounty runes for Secret, it looks like, as J.Storm get a little bit hesitant about contesting the one up top. Fear's Earth Spirit has been
Woo, the remix.
Fear's Earth Spirit, he's been really good on this hero though, so if there's some way for J.Storm to look to at least give you a really good start this game, it's definitely going to be Fear.
I'm worried also that once they get BKBs on the side of Secret, it's just... There we go, alright. Turtle. Yeah. Turtle spot.
The turtle cam.
Yeah. Look at him go.
He's right on top of the turtle. Fear early on, just wanting to trade hits. It is going to be an offensive tri-lane. So 3v3 in the top lane, giving Tide and Brewmaster a 1v1 lane.
I just love Oracle too. I feel like, again, a lot of this comes down to who's got the sustain, who's got some tanky heroes, who's going to be able to heal people up, keep them alive, and that's something that Secret consistently has been able to do, whether they pick up the Abaddon or, in this case, the Oracle. What's the win rate on this hero right now? It's like 70-something%, I thought.
It was sitting around 70 with a lot of games played.
Yeah.
It dropped down to like 68 or something, but it is one of basically the most successful hero of the tournament if you look at like just the volume of games played and its win rate. But Secret should do just fine. Like, this offensive tri-lane is not the strongest. Void is not really a tri-lane specialist, whereas Jug, Blade Fury, that does a lot of damage. If you can chase people down with the Fortune's End or an Impale, it's not great against the Void. Void can generally, you know, time walk away from you and also heal up the damage from the Blade Fury, but these supports on the J.Storm side have to play very carefully up top.
Yeah, if March missteps at all, like Crystal Maiden, we joke about her being super squishy, super tasty as, you know, food early on, but just one bad position in that top lane and she's completely just dead.
And bottom lane, Tide's going to have a field day. He's playing against the Brewmaster in a 1v1. He saved some of his starting gold so we could figure out what his lane was before he itemized. So he's got this fast Quelling Blade. He's saving up money. We can see some very early item pickups into the Boots wand. He should have a great time in this 1v1.
Top lane, we talked about watching out for positioning. Moo will be able to go walk himself out. There's going to be the roll back in now that Nisha doesn't have that spin. They might be able to turn this into First Blood. Does have that healing ward. They have to go and find it. It's still hiding in the trees, but eventually Moo finds the kill.
Yeah, a little bit surprising Secret go for the kill in the Void. Unless they know Time Walk's on cooldown, they shouldn't be trying to kill him, and Moo shows just why Void is a good laner against the Jug there, and that's something Secret have to respect, that you can't go in the Void. Wait for the Crystal Maiden or the Earth Spirit to be out of position to go for these kills.
There's the Crystal Maiden. March in for some trouble. Throws down the Crystal Nova. Nisha slowly but surely chases after her, and Puppey finds the kill.
No. That's the easy CM kill that they should be going for. It's, of course, easier said than done because CM is going to position behind the Void. The whole idea of this offensive trial is Void's in the front line, so if you want to go on someone, you're going to have to go on the Void or run past the Void, and he's going to be right-clicking you as you run past him.
Just consistently putting up pressure here. Again, I'm very surprised that they're able to get that First Blood off of Nisha.
Yeah, that shouldn't really happen, but it's not going to completely destroy this lane. You can see Secret with a gold lead despite it all.
A little bit of miscommunication
over here. They know the Time Walk's on cooldown.
Yeah, Crystal Maiden, although taking that Fortune's End moves, got his eyes on Puppey. His spear helps him out, chases him down. One more hit. Oh, nice Earth Spike buys a little bit more time. They will find a kill, but it's looking like Moo in for some trouble here. He's getting healed up by that Oracle Purifying Flames. Nisha, he's still hunting, but are they going to be able to turn this around? Nisha making his way down here by March, and it looks like you still got YapzOr looking for Moo. One more hit should be able to do the trick. Can they find it? Yeah, March will go and collect himself up. Nisha and Puppey will find the kill on Moo. So both of them losing their position ones in this top lane.
Yeah, bit of a crazy, hectic lane as far as the action going down there. Importantly, you know, J.Storm lose their Crystal Maiden before, and CM can TP back in the lane and bring a Wraith Band for the Void. So this Void is suddenly so much scarier in lane. He has Stout Shield, Magic Stick with an extra Wraith Band, just giving him a nice bit of extra damage, attack speed to chase down some of those kills. But Secret themselves, again, playing a little bit too aggressive on the Void. Bottom lane, though, as well as mid lane, the two 1v1 lanes, Secret are handily winning, and that's where, even though this top trial lane is not going as well as they'd perhaps hoped for, the 1v1s are.
I'm just seeing a lot of trading going on the bottom lane. It's very difficult for Forev to stay there. Has to get regen for himself against this Tidehunter. But we do see, you know, Secret forced to, did find Fear over here. We'll slow him down a little bit. Throws out the stone.
Yeah, bounty rune's coming up. But
they want to contest this. I'm not sure. Fear was thinking about going in, does manage to grab it, and just gonna roll on out and collect the other.
Gets away from the stun, so yeah, they get both there, as it looks like Forev gets at least one bounty rune down bottom, so picks up a bottle on his Brewmaster, knowing that, you know, you're playing this 1v1, you can kind of get the full bottle refill with the bounty rune to sustain yourself, but CS-wise, he is still losing out against Zai.
I mean, how do you deal with this big tanky watermelon? It's dishing out that damage with the Anchor Smash,
yeah,
too.
At this point, you just don't. You accept he's farming, and you say, well, we're going to give Tide free farm to get Brewmaster a fast level 6, and then we hope that what Brewmaster brings to the table is going to be scarier than Tide. An early rotation was Primal Split. We may see Brewmaster go top, go mid, or potentially even heroes come to his lane to try and gank the Tide.
Nisha, they've got their eyes on the Crystal Maiden again. Fall there is Spike. There's gonna be the roll forward though, coming out from Fear. Buys March a little bit of time, but still Puppey finding the kill. Puppey now also in for some troubles, trying to run himself over near that healing ward as Nisha runs forward. They get a nice bash off here. Puppey actually gonna live to fight another day. They'll turn their attention to Fear. Fear trying to get himself through with his creep wave, trying to find an opening, but Nisha gonna have too much damage. Mood jumping back in is gonna have to time walk away.
That's the second healing ward Moose killed as well. Those things give a decent chunk of gold. But with that said, it's Secret again who come out on top. A 2k gold lead. We're just 6 minutes in, and it's been a very, very action-packed, bloody top lane that Secret is starting to get the edge in. The Oracle, level 3 already. That level 2 Purifying Flames does so much damage when used offensively.
The roll in on mid 1 is gonna get slowed down just a little bit. Bryle's dishing out that damage, but TPs are coming out. YapzOr, will they be able to find March over here? Also the Oracle, Crystal Nova, and it looks like Bryle not gonna be able to survive this mid lane.
Secret is playing very polished in these 1v1 lanes, even if top lane has been kind of chaotic for them. They are looking really solid here. Tide has skilled and used Ravage. Did he solo kill down bottom? He did, yeah. Brewmaster died. While all that action and craziness was going on, Zai managed to find a 1v1 solo kill, so very one-sided bottom lane as well.
It's like you're saying, you know, you're hoping that your 6 is going to be better than their 6. But with Zai farming, and also keep in mind, you know, Void, it's going to take a while before it has that damage online. So
Brewmaster's rotated in mid.
Okay, Split coming out, mid 1, gets stunned up, they'll follow up with a stone, and they'll find the kill on the OD. Now YapzOr is going to get thrown into the Cyclone. Roll coming forward from Fear, will time it perfectly as they just slowly but surely chip away at YapzOr, who's trying to get behind this tier 2. Does manage the stun up, but doesn't matter. Forev is here, and he will clean house.
Oh, tower last hits, these mean a lot of gold here, and it will be Forev getting the last hit.
Nice. Oh, Oracle, Puppey hiding into the trees. There's a lot of heroes here. He's gonna melt. Forev gets a double kill. Now
J.Storm bouncing back. And you mentioned, yeah, the level 6s of the two offlaners, Forev and Zai. Zai uses his to get the solo kill, which is fantastic. Like, that's a great kill to get in a 1v1 matchup, but the downside is Forev immediately rotates to the mid lane with his level 6. Moo in some trouble here.
He doesn't have that. Nope, that's gonna be the end of Moo.
Nope.
Manages to get another healing ward, but doesn't matter.
Yeah. I love what Forev does though. Like, even though he doesn't get phased by the fact he's being solo killed and go back to lane to farm, he immediately goes mid and knows that, well, Tide can follow me mid, but he's not going to have Ravage. I have Primal Split. We're going to get several kills, and they're more important kills because, well, for one thing, you're getting several, but you're also getting a tier 1 tower. When Zai uses the ulti to solo kill down bottom, he's not following it up by actually taking the tier 1 tower. Forev's tower is still sitting on almost full health here.
Do have Ravage up and running on Zai, so maybe we'll see him use that with the rest of his team instead of going for the solo kill. And it's a very good point, you know, every time that you get one of these nice team fights, you want to be able to take an objective. Bryle might be in for a little bit of trouble here. He's gonna try to chase down Zai, but the TP comes out, he lands that split earth. Actually, Zai has to use that Ravage to run himself away, and there's gonna be the roll coming from Fear, doesn't quite connect as Zai tries to make his way out, and he does have some backup in form of mid-1. Throws out the Astral. Are they gonna keep chasing on this? No, looks like they'll back off.
Luckily for Zai, Fear was just a tiny bit off the mark. Had to kind of guess his movement a little bit in the trees and didn't land the rolling boulder.
But that is Ravage on cooldown for now, so J.Storm possibly could look to punish this.
Yep, we'll see. They're going to have that Brewmaster Primal split back up in right now, and with that, they can focus another tier 1 tower. This is something they've not been very good at. Fortunately for them, they're giving up kills elsewhere on the map.
March actually backs off because realizes, okay, I haven't seen Void in a while. I don't want to dive too far. Doesn't quite have that 6. Now Zai, split's gonna get used, as is the split earth, and he's trying to get himself,
gonna
get the denial off. Oh no, not quite, Brile. Able to take him out.
I thought that Prowler's smash was gonna finish him off.
Oh, I hate Prowlers.
Yeah, that Desecrate does so much damage from them when they get that little stompy thing off, but luckily they kill him just before it comes out.
Of course, the one time that you want them to do that too.
Yeah, normally they use it right away. Like you're just walking past and they'll randomly root you and just do this absurd amount of damage, but no, Zai just couldn't get them to take the bait, and
they're clearly biased. Clearly biased.
NA biased. The right kind of bias, say J.Storm, but Secret still small gold lead in their favor. They've completed Midas now on the OD, so happy to play a little bit greedy with mid 1. I mean, he goes for this Midas, but last game we saw him followed up for the Guardian Greaves, so it's a greedier start, but it turns very quickly into an item to benefit the team.
Oh yeah, it turned around one of the fights up in the first game in the dire jungle, being able to just pop that mech early on, elongate the fight, and clean up, so definite value in that.
And Primal split down now. I think Secret are feeling like they can do some damage. They're trying to bully as much as possible down bottom as J.Storm prioritize another tier 1 tower. Move with Chronosphere up. Not really a lane that Secret want to go to.
That is one thing that J.Storm's being very good about, is they're consistently trying to take these objectives, especially if they know that some of these bigger ultimates are on cooldown. Forever needing to be a little careful. Puppey will be able to get Terrifying Flames off, follow up with that Purge.
And mid 1 just using Astral off cooldown to harass the Brewmaster as much as possible. But next Ravage is online. Nisha top has to be careful, needs to respect the potential Chronosphere, and gets a little bit antsy and just throws a Blade Fury, perhaps anticipating a Chronosphere there, but wasn't to come.
I think it's a lot scarier too once Crystal Maiden does actually hit the 6 and opts to grab the ultimate, because they could use a little bit more damage in that Chronosphere. I'm not sure if they quite have enough with just Void himself at this time.
Oh. Yeah, that's the thing. You get this fast level 6, if you don't have a partner with you, you're going to struggle to find kills, but Leshrac, one of the best at this stage. A lot of nuke damage, and most importantly, a follow-up stun. The Chrono can turn into a split earth as the Chrono's about to wear off, so it turns into a very long lockdown on a hero like a Juggernaut. Oh, but here's the level 6 online. Secret want to find a kill with that Finger of Death.
And they have the Ravage back up and running, so it looks like they're going to force side of J.Storm back here.
The net worth of Secret's heroes is a little bit concerning for J.Storm, though. 3 top net worth heroes all on their side, tied in OD, convincingly ahead of the pack. Doug having a bit of a rough time, but still sitting on plenty of farm.
Well, roll in over here on Zai. Moo coming forward. They've got the Nova coming out from Brile. They're looking for it. Thinking maybe they can force out the Ravage. Frostbite comes out, but Zai, he's too smart. He's too calm collected. He's not going to let them have it, but he will get taken down.
Yeah, totally on his own there, but Secret, they don't even panic. Everyone just walks the opposite direction of J.Storm. They seem to have an understanding that they don't want to team fight into J.Storm right now. Chronosphere plus Primal Split, pretty difficult to take a fight against, particularly with Oracle just level 5. So they haven't got that False Promise save for the Chronosphere. OD sitting on a Midas, so until they have a mech, or maybe even a Greaves, they don't really want to take team fights because they've gone for this greedier approach.
It does look like, you know, we've got some nice wards over in the side of the dire jungle, just very defensively. So they can keep tabs on wherever J.Storm is. And you see, you know, taking up some residency on the other side of the map because they don't want to fight into it, as said.
And yep, so still with Finger of Death, you generally want to be as proactive about using this spell as possible, but unfortunately he hasn't really got any good teammates to go around looking to gank with. Tide, yeah, you've got Ravage, but you're not ready to teamfight because OD's farming with Midas, Jug wants to keep on farming, so the end result is that Secret's kind of playing a bit of a slower game for at least the next minute or so, it seems. They're going to want to play kind of more reactionary, and you know, if J.Storm overextend, yeah, they'll TP in and try and take a fight, but until that happens, they're just going to play more of the farming game.
That's indeed what we're seeing Zai do right now. Scrap himself up that double damage. I've seen a lot of double damages in the last couple games. And he does hit pretty hard. All right.
Both sides with a Midas apiece on their team. And Zai with the Blink Rush. So that's going to be Secret's timing, it looks like. Get this Blink Dagger and then use the Tide as your key initiator. Something that you can't really rely on Lion for anymore until he gets like an initiating item of his own. You don't want Lion to start a fight. If he runs in forward, he's one of your squishiest heroes, so you can't treat Lion as an initiator. Whereas Tide, if he blinks in, great. He's the hero you want spells being thrown on.
Yeah, if a Lion jumps in, he just gets blown up way too fast, so definitely going to be relying on it. But Blink Dagger is picked up now on Tide, so can maybe see a smoke coming out from the side of Secret, and that's exactly what they plan to do.
They would love a Void kill maybe, if you can blink Ravage on top of the Void and follow it up with a Finger of Death. That's the ideal way to start a fight. Either him, Lesh, I mean any of the cores really. Brewmaster no split is also great.
All right, there's the Ravage. They'll follow up with Purifying Flames. Finally, a Finger coming out from YapzOr, and they go and drop the Sandy's Eclipse on Forev as he's just obliterated. Moo having to TP out.
Surprise.
I'm a little surprised because I know the OD was bottom, and it felt like March was waiting there to try to possibly get the Frostbite off, cancel the TP, but didn't happen.
Yeah, I'm
not sure what happened there.
Guess he maybe just didn't know the TP was happening. Either way, Secret just, you know, they were so ready for that fight. Even if they stop the OD TPing, I think they get both those kills without the OD. The Finger of Death was used on the Leshek, which was maybe overkill, but Brewmaster still died because of the Lion Hex. But now it's J.Storm time. They're so much stronger now that Ravage Sanities are down. They want to take a team fight.
Yeah, mid one though, coming forward. We'll be able to use the Astral, push them back. Cinderbrew gets thrown over on the ground, roll forward. They're looking to see if they can possibly catch mid one. The slow comes out. They go and they use the Chronosphere, but the False Promise is out. They need to heal him up. March putting out a ton of damage, as is Barial on that Leshek. I think he's just going to pop no matter what here. There's no way.
Yeah. Okay, maybe they had enough damage. All right.
That's a lot of hate.
Just a few spells.
Just a couple. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, just a few.
And they were probably way past the threshold of killing him. They're not done though.
Oh no, it looks like Zai in for some trouble. He's sandwiched between 3 different heroes. He's gonna get rooted up with that Frostbite, and there's so much damage coming out from Leshek, although he looks like he's gonna have to go Yules himself up to the air as the Omni Slash comes out from the Jug. Doesn't quite finish him up just yet, but they will be able to find the Purifying Flames, take him out. Barial's now not a factor in this fight. Mana Drain comes out from YapzOr. They'll get the root off. March gonna get taken out as well. Fear is just forced to retreat. They do have the blink up and running on Tidehunter, but looks like they'll just back away from this engagement.
Puppey making some clutch saves there. He keeps the Tide alive with a Fate's Edict to stop some of that magic damage, and then the physical damage being negated on the Void because of the Anchor Smash, making it very hard for J.Storm to secure that kill. And they threw so much on the Tide, and when he survives there, they're just overcommitted, and that's where the Leshek pays the price. And the Leshek is the primary way they've been able to kill Zai repeatedly, is because of all the magic damage he brings to the table. So once Lesh is dead, Tide is just like, okay, yeah, I'm on 10% health, but you actually can't kill that last 10% of my health. Secret, despite having no ultimates and fighting into the Primal Split Chronosphere, get a bit of an even trade.
Yeah, look at YapzOr and Zai. They found themselves a Crystal Maiden and the Disco Pony as well, but there's the Atos that just got picked up on Fear. He's hoping to maybe follow up. Nice Ravage, though, coming out from Zai. Buys him a little bit more time where they're not going to be active in that Chronosphere. The spin comes out from Moo. YapzOr, Puppey trying to run back, actually has to use the False Promise on himself. Finger gets used, and they'll be able to take down March. YapzOr will fault Brio now, can't run himself out fast enough, it feels. They'll turn around, get the tower, and get themselves the Leshek. Rest of the side of J.Storm, they don't have Chronosphere, they don't have the damage now. That's the big problem that we talked about. Fear is gonna get found by Zai. It's gonna keep rolling on out.
And that Chronosphere may have caught Secret by surprise. It caught me by surprise, but there was an Arcane Rune on Mu last time they took a team fight. So that Chronosphere came up very, very quickly. But despite having it, they just, didn't have the damage, didn't have the follow-up, and Secret able to sustain through it and use all of these saves of theirs to just keep themselves alive.
Yeah, look at this over here. They start following March. Yeah. But
this Tide is just not afraid of anything. He's just going blinking into any fight he wants.
And here's the slide on in. And it was a good chrono, but the Ravage.
Yeah, they were ready for it. And the Brewmaster doesn't have split just yet. It comes up towards the end of this fight, but unfortunately without that split, it's just not a fight J.Storm can take.
They were so close to taking down the Void too with that finger. Did you see that slither of help that was just left? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that would have been a real disaster for J.Storm if they lost their carry at this point. It already is looking very grim for them. We're just, 20 minutes in, but a 6k gold lead against Team Secret is very tough for them to come back from, particularly because of the nature of their draft and how hard it is going to be for Void to actually get kills in these fights.
All right, so we're gonna see that mech get worked on for the Tidehunter. I mean, last time we saw that mid one was the one who was picking up more of sort of the support utility items. But of course, when you have a Tidehunter, it's definitely better on him. So the Sheepstick next on the list here. Yeah,
last game it was the Zyparker hero that doesn't really build team items. So this time around, mid one gets to have some fun and get the flashier items. And Sheepstick, one of those fantastic items, particularly against a hero like Void or Brewmaster. You want to go on these heroes, stop them getting off a key spell that allows them to live, the Time Work for Void, the Primal Split for the Brewmaster, or even just a Drunken Brawler. So more lockdown, going to help Secret out a lot.
That's too bad during that last fight they weren't able to get the split off. Of course, the Brewmaster getting caught in the Chronosphere made for some big problems, because I think also, not only was caught in the Chronosphere, but immediately after it was finished, you saw YapzOr throwing out that Earth Spike just to slow him down even further. And that's very important to have that crowd control. The damage too, though, again, it's all coming down to Bryle for the most part here. He's kind of playing with Puppey for a couple seconds.
Nice little pick.
Nisha might be able to find something else. There's gonna be just Brewmaster. Brewmaster's totally fine with tanking this. He's a big boy, but
yeah, I don't know if Nisha quite realized how many heroes were there when he went for that.
Nice disjoint of that Ato. What an item.
Someone's figured out the answer. Just don't get hit by Atos.
Easy. It's got that long, cast time, whereas it soars on over.
Yep.
Just have quick fingers. Okay, Chronosphere gets used on YapzOr.
That's definitely a kill, but let's Chrono down. Kind of suggests how J.Storm feels about this game is that they don't want a team fight. If you're seeing Chronos used for a support kill,
the Sheepstick just got picked up from mid one, and we see it too immediately. There is not going to be a split coming out from this Brewmaster. He's just out of there. Double kill coming out from mid one, and they're just going to keep chasing them down the spin over here as the Astral comes out. Bryle, he needs to stay alive, but I doubt he's going to get away from this right now because there's just too many heroes. Can he get the denial off in time? No, mid one triple kill.
They shouldn't want a team fight. That's what I was saying. I don't think J.Storm wanted to team fight there, but they chose to blink him with Primal Split. Even if that Hex isn't there, I don't see that fight going well for them after they just used a Chronosphere mid lane. Your Void isn't going to be coming to that fight. Trying to engage at bottom seemed a bit questionable, given that they, don't have your Void, don't have Chronosphere. You should just be looking to reset, farm the map, wait for the next Chronosphere, and then look for your next pickoff. But Team Secret able to easily punish that one, and
an easy Roche. They know that the Chronosphere is down. They know that Bryle's still down for another 8 seconds. Although they're not the fastest at take.
Yeah, they're not the fastest. They don't have Ravage. There is a Primal Split, so we'll see what J.Storm can do about this one. They need to make sure they get Primal Split off.
They don't have the vision over there, Mu. Hiding out on the side. They will just blow up Fear. Oh, it's actually going to be Roche who gets that kill. And there's
great freezing field.
Freezing field coming out from this Crystal Maiden as they're trying to just make as much chaos as possible. Mu having to run out again. Nisha just chipping away over here at Forev. We'll run the Earth Panda out. It's about a little bit under half health now.
Yeah, do they chase? It does look like J.Storm are actually going to linger around wanting to contest or go for a steal.
Just keep using that Crystal Nova for the vision. So Debrew gets dropped, hoping.
Zai's just going to go blinking in and scout out what's going on. And
what can they hope to do to Zai? He's such a tanky hero, and they just don't have as much damage. All right, False Promise gets used onto the Oracle. Move just blown up. There is no contest here for this Roche. Forev's got to get out of there in a hurry. Does not have the split. Is going to tank that Omni Slash, and Right back in the Roche pit, easy peasy.
Yeah, Nisha's scary now. With the Manta and Defusal, he's able to burn through the mana pool of some of these heroes like Void so fast. And Void is a hero that will have mana problems in teamfight. He wants to get those time walks off, and if you get hit by this, suddenly you've got no chrono. So it's quite difficult to play against these Manta Defusal heroes as a Void. PL the worst, but Jug can be pretty bad as well. And we see it there where he gets hit by one stun, and suddenly he's gone on, has no mana left. And Roshan secured. J.Storm, once they mistime the initial engagement, like Fear going in there, you can't really fault him. They have no vision. Somebody has to make a play if you want to contest Roshan, and it's Fear, but they completely mistime it. Once Fear dies, they probably should have just let Roshan go, but the end result is so much worse now because they stuck around to contest it.
It's going to be 2 towers falling on the side of J.Storm. Secret just going to go regroup in the top, push that tier 2. What can they hope to do?
J.Storm probably just going to play the other side of the map and then look to defend high ground. They can't really fight into Team Secret too easily. Not that there's this Aegis now. And Spirit's just split pushing bottom lane. Void's farming down bottom as well. Leshrek's trying to push out mid. They have no interest in fighting Secret unless they have to defend their racks, which is exactly what they're going to have to do.
They did just pick up the BKB though over on Brile, so Leshrek's going to be a little bit more difficult to take down this time, but I think they still did too much damage despite that BKB.
Yeah. And Secret recognizing, okay, we forced J.Storm back. They were trying to be greedy and farm mid and bottom while we push top. You keep them honest. You know, you say, we're going to go for your high ground. If you don't TP, you force those TPs, and then you back yourselves, farm the map, get your next items. Secret aren't interrupts. This Aegis is going to last another 3 or 4 minutes, so they can go for this push or team fight later on. Once, you know, Finger of Death comes back up, Omni Slash comes back up, they're close to OD's BKB. There's some key items on Secret that they want to wait for.
All right, well.
The save. Oh, no, he walks into it, but gets hexed.
Yep. Oh, Moo is in so much trouble. The hex, the stun, the burst.
Yep.
The dead.
Yeah, mid-one accidentally walks in the Chronos here, but gets the hex off, so job done to save YapzOr there. Doesn't even need to use the defensive Astro. If he used that, they may have not had the follow-up hex from the Lions, so.
That's huge, though. That's the Chronosphere down. They have an Aegis. They've got to be... And Zai, keep in mind, Zai just picked up Guardian Greaves, and they just don't have enough damage, it feels, to take down a lot of these heroes fast enough. So that aura coming off from the Guardian Greaves is just gonna be so good.
Everyone on Secret is super tanky, and then even if you're trying to burst down one,
March.
Oracle can save you, and no one can save March.
No, Oracle can also murder March.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, Oracle is always talked about for the defensive saving potential, but the offensive kill power is also there, especially during the early stages of the game. Snipes the healing ward.
I don't know what Ferev was hoping really to do here, though, because he's gonna lose his life here.
He doesn't have buyback. I think he knows, like, if you want to defend Raxi, you need to snipe that healing ward, but that's not the outcome he was hoping for.
Brile's trying to do some split pushing in the top lane already. You're seeing the TPs go back, but Nisha's just cutting through everything. Now, the BKB coming out from Brile, though, does buy him a little bit more time, so we will be able to go home. But they're losing buildings here very quickly. Moves back up and running. Does not have that Chronosphere just yet. The spin coming out from Nisha. Again, keep in mind, he's got the Aegis. The root is going to land over on the Leshrek and faces what? Will Manta out. Hopefully try to get a couple nice bounces. That's a beautiful Ravage coming out from Zai. They'll be able to clean up 2 heroes. Can they get March too? March is very slow, especially with Diffuser. That's a triple kill. Faces Void having to buy back right now, but I don't know what he's going to hope to do here. Fear hoping to maybe get a pick off on Puppey. He knows that he's the one who's getting all that sustain off, but not going to be able to do it. They'll just heal right back up, take down Fear. And Nisha's godlike. He's chasing after Brile. He wants this pony so bad. We'll be able to go use that sheepstick. Drops the sanity, and the gush coming out from Zai will take him down.
Can he get the rampage this time once again?
Yeah, right?
Last game he got denied it, and this game it looks like he won't get it either. He gets another ultra kill, back-to-back games. They'll get the bottom racks, and Secret are just overrunning J.Storm's space.
They just want to keep him humble, gods, you know?
They're like, Nisha, you got to stay hungry. You're not giving you any rampages today. You're going to earn that in your next series.
It's looking like they're going to go to a next series for sure.
Oh yeah, a team that probably didn't expect to find themselves in the low bracket, but here we go.
All right, we got the freezing field coming out from March, but Nisha just slowly but surely chips him down. BKB is going to get popped from mid-1. They'll be able to take down Crystal Maiden, Move, running himself out, and the GG gets called. Secret's going on in this tournament right now.
Yeah. And Zai talked about it in the video we saw at the start of the day. They learned a lot from their loss. It really helped them understand some of maybe their weaknesses. If Secret, for whatever weaknesses Secret has, they lost that very tight series to Vici Gaming in the upper bracket. But here they are, convincing back-to-back results here. From 1-2-0 to the next. Team Secret in this lower bracket look like a force to be reckoned with.
For sure, for sure. I know that Team Secret has been consistently, you know, when you talk about who do you think is going to take this major, they are definitely one of the top contenders. Did have a little faith shaken when they did lose that one series, but, you know,